Welcome to CompuCademy. This video is going to be about while loops in Python. While loops are a way of having repetition in a program based on a certain condition. So we'll continue to execute a certain block of code while a certain condition holds. Allow me to demonstrate. I'm going to create a new file in idle here. I'm using idle, which is the standard IDE that comes with a Python installation. I'm going to create a new file. Sorry, I've already done that. I'm going to save as. And I'm going to save it in YouTube folder and call it while. Okay, so first of all, we're going to create a counter. So I'm going to call it count and I'm going to set it equal to 1. And then put a blank line before I start my while loop just to give the program some structure. And I'm going to say while the count is less than or equal to 11, then I'm going to print that count. Okay. Now there's a major problem with this code as it is. I'm going to run it, but before I do that, I just want to say I had a student do this on Mac recently, and it wasn't so easy to undo the problem that arose. If you know where the task manager is on Mac, then you'll be fine. But on Windows, it's not a problem. So if I run this code, F5 on my machine, so it's printing the value of count, which was 1, and it's just keeping doing it again and again and again. Now, like I say, I can exit easily on Windows, but on Mac, you might have to find your task manager to fully exit that loop. Because what we've done is we basically created an infinite loop, which is not a great thing to have in most cases. So what we need to do is we need to make sure that our condition for our loop, which is the count being less than or equal to 11, is actually approached closer each time we go through the loop. And we can do that by adding this line, count equals count plus 1. So this is how we increment a variable in Python. We say the value of the count that we want is going to be the old value plus whatever modification we want to make. So in this case, you can probably see that the count is going to be increased each time we go through the loop, and it's eventually going to approach the exit condition. So now when I run it, you can see it actually stops at 11. Now, I wasn't thinking particularly clearly when I did that. It's either less than or equal to 10 if I want to go to 10, or it's less than 11 if I want to go to 10. They're equivalent. So whichever one of those you prefer, whichever makes most sense. Just run that again. Okay, so that's how you use a while loop to print the numbers from 1 to 10 in Python. Now, one little tip I want to give you is this count equals count plus 1 is fine, but there is a more kind of Pythonic way of doing that, which is where you do count plus equals 1, which means exactly the same thing. It's just a shorthand that a lot of people use, and you may see it in programs and you may want to use it yourself. It's functionally equivalent. Okay, so that's an introduction to while loops. Remember, you have an exit condition, in this case while the count is less than or equal to 10, and then everything inside the block will be executed while that condition holds. And you need to make sure that somewhere within your block, you've got some way of making that come about, that the condition is actually eventually fulfilled. So I hope that was helpful. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.